It's fascinating when you study scripture, and I'm studying scripture concerning contentment. And as I'm studying scripture concerning contentment this week, it is a subject that I've looked at many, many different times, and each time I'm learning something new. And so I'm going to talk more about contentment on Sunday during the church service, but I want to just give a little short devotional on why we should not, or why actually we cannot love money and follow God. Actually, Jesus said in the Sermon on the Mount that you cannot love God and money. Jesus said other places as well, at other times, you cannot love God and money. It's an impossibility. He actually told the rich young ruler that you lack one thing. Sell all that you have and give to the poor. And the guy went away sorrowful because he loved money more than God. And interesting, actually says, Paul said in 1 Timothy chapter 6, verses 9 through 11, but those who desire to be rich fall into a temptation and a snare and into many foolish and harmful lusts which drown men in destruction and perdition. For the love of money, remember this, it's the love of money, not money, but it's the love of money is the root of all kinds of evil, for which some have strayed from the faith in their greediness and pierced themselves through many sorrows. It has been the love of money that has caused those who were following Christ to stray away from him. When you remember what the writer Hebrews told us in Hebrews 13 verse 5, that your character be free from the love of money, be satisfied with your present circumstances. For he himself, that is God himself, said, I will never leave you nor forsake you. And again, there's two strong negatives there. Actually, two strong double negatives. God will not leave us hanging dry. He will take care of us, and especially in bringing us into eternity. In the 2 Peter chapter 2 verses 14 and 15 and 2 Timothy chapter 3 verses 1 through 5 also point out that the love of money is a characteristic of unbelievers. It should not characterize believers. As it says in Mark 4 verses 18 through 19, still others, like seeds sown among the thorns, hear the word. But the worries of this life, the deceitfulness of wealth, and the desires of other things come in and choke the word, making it unfruitful. We see there that you may be following Christ, but you will not be as fruitful as you can be if you love money and God at the same time. Leaders in the church, as Paul wrote to Timothy, in 1 Timothy 3, verses 2 through 3, says, so a church leader must be a man who is above reproach. He must be faithful to his wife. He must exercise self-control, live wisely, and have a good reputation among outsiders. He must practice hospitality. He must be able to teach. He must not be a heavy drinker, be violent. He must be gentle, not quarrelsome, and not love money. It's actually very interesting as you look at other scriptures that a mark of a false teacher, one of their characteristics, one of their fruits, I guess you can say, is that they love money. They're actually teaching falsehood and leading people astray for money. And money, as Solomon wrote in Ecclesiastes 5:10, whoever loves money never has enough. Whoever loves wealth is never satisfied with their wealth. This too is meaningless. The love of money, that desire is insatiable. You'll never, ever satisfy that desire if you love money. But if you love God, as David wrote, he then will give you the desires of your heart. Because the desires of your heart will be the same desires that God has. And those are the type of desires you want to have. That is the type of love that you want to have. Well, thank you for joining me.